Hey everybody, Tony Bears here again. And I'm going to call this video Scott Pilgrim First Impressions. And what I mean by that is I am going to review the trailer. Not the movie, the trailer. Because the trailer is like being introduced to a movie for the first time. It's like your first impressions. I haven't seen the movie, nor do I want to see the movie. I did a video like this before. I called it Avatar First Impressions, and everybody loved that video, so I'm doing it again. But one thing that I want to point out that most people had a problem with the last video I did, they said, how can you judge a movie on the trailer? Now, first of all, I'm not judging the movie, I'm judging the trailer. And it's a trailer's job to make you want to go see this movie, which this trailer, I'm going to say, already failed for me. And I'm here to tell you why. Now, let me just say, I have not read the Scott Pilgrim comics. The thing is that I am the target audience for this movie. I like comic books, I like anime, and I like video games. And I also like the director, Edgar Wright. He directed Hot Fuzz, which I like, and Shaun of the Dead, which I really like. And I'm really surprised at how many critics actually like this movie. I might go see this movie and love it, but so far I don't want to see this movie because the trailer is so bad. Now first off, let's take a look at the plot of the movie. Plot is that Scott Pilgrim has to fight the evil exes of his new girlfriend. Now this idea doesn't make any sense. Why? Why does he have to fight these evil exes? They've just started dating. So why doesn't Scott Pilgrim just say, if I have to fight your evil exes, I'm out of here, I'm gone. There's no reason why I have to fight them. I'm gone, see you later. Why doesn't he just do that? Now even in this trailer, this girl plays Scott Pilgrim's sister, even says how stupid the plot of this movie is. She says, next time, let's not date the girl with 7 evil exes. This girl is the only person in this trailer that has any common sense. Apparently, Scott Pilgrim already has a girlfriend who really loves him, and for some reason he decides to dump her and go for this girl. Why? That doesn't make any sense to me either. And in my opinion, his ex-girlfriend is a lot better looking than Ramona. Now, another thing that doesn't make any sense is why is all these exes fighting Scott Pilgrim? Why? Yeah, I understand that they perhaps want to date Ramona again, but she broke up with him. Why are they still going after this girl that broke up with them? I could understand maybe a couple of guys still trying to get back with her, but 7? Really? I mean, not one of these exes ever thought to myself, well, maybe I should move on with my life and get another girlfriend? I mean, come on. All 7 of these guys are this obsessed with this girl that they have to stick around her. None of them ever thought about getting a different girlfriend? None? Really? And again, why are they going after her? What makes her so special? I really don't see it. And second of all, she seems to have a really stuck-up attitude about herself. She always has this look on her face like, I'm better than you. Since she has 7 evil exes fighting her current boyfriend, wouldn't they have to fight each other eventually? I mean, why are they teaming up to fight this one guy? Shouldn't they be fighting amongst each other so they can have Ramona? And yet they're fighting for, like in a video game, for the final boss. They're kind of working for him. Why? Are they getting paid a lot of money? So this is what I mean, and this movie doesn't make any sense. Another thing that I really don't like is nothing's really explained in this trailer. Nothing at all, really. It seems to be that all these evil exes have superpowers. Why? And if they do have superpowers, why are they using it to beat up this one kid? Why couldn't they use their superpowers for something else? Why not go take on the Taliban and try to take them out? Why not try to make money with your superpowers? Do something. Why beat on this little kid? I don't get it. And it's never explained how they got these superpowers. I need an explanation for these things. Are they from another planet? Is this an alternate universe where everyone has superpowers? Were they all hit by a radioactive bomb? bomb and gain these superpowers. I mean, it doesn't even have to make any sense. I mean, they could have been all bitten by a radioactive spider. That really doesn't make any sense, but it's there. It's an explanation. It would have taken a half a second for someone to say, well, it's all in his mind, or this is the Matrix, or something. Give me something. This trailer doesn't give me anything. Another big complaint I have, and this is just something that's just my personal taste, but I hate all these split screens and sound effect words or onomatopoeias or whatever you call them. Why are they in this movie? It doesn't make any sense. Now, a lot of people would say, well, it's a comic book movie, and this is some things that are in comic books, and that's one thing that I really hated about Ang Lee's Hulk, is all the split screens and all these weird effects. Someone once told me that, well, that's why they do like the Ang Lee's Hulk, because they had all these split screens and stuff like that. They said it's more like a comic book that way. And no, not really. I mean, when I'm reading a comic book, I don't read the whole page at once. I read one panel at a time. When I'm reading a comic book, I'm imagining kind of a movie in my head. Each panel would be the movie screen itself. This would be the full movie screen. Not the whole page, just one panel would be a movie screen, and then this would be the next shot, and then the next one after that. That's how I read comics. I don't read a whole page at once, and I don't think anyone does. So why do they have these split screens in here? And also, why have these sound effect words, like here? It makes sense in comic books, because comic books don't make noises. They need these words to show what the noise sounds like. Movies have sound. They don't need these things. These sound effect words are pointless. They're useless in movies. So that's just a personal preference of mine. I think they're stupid. I think that movies, comic books, and video games are all separate mediums, and they're separate for reasons. They all have separate, different things. Now, that doesn't mean you can't make a comic book movie or you can't make a video game movie. That just means that some things should be kept separate. Like I was talking about with the sound effect words or split screens and stuff like that. You don't need them in movies. A lot of people say, well, this is the best video game movie of all time. I say to them, well, first of all, it's not a video game movie, it's a comic book movie. And second of all, what makes it the greatest video game movie at all time? All these split screens, these P bars, these gold coins, and these 1-up, does that really make it a good video game movie? If they added these certain things to other video game movies, would that make them any better? For example, the Street Fighter movies, Street Fighter and Street Fighter Legend of Chun-Li. Would they be better movies if they had a life bar on the screen at all times? No, that would be stupid. There's a new Resident Evil movie coming out. Would the movie be any better if they had typewriter ribbons and herbs all around the movie? No, again, that would be stupid. So why is it good in this movie? Explain it to me. See, maybe I just don't get Scott Pilgrim. Maybe I just don't get what makes it good. Going back to the split screens and the sound effect words, Dark Knight is considered by many people to be one of the best comic book movies ever made. Would it be a better movie if it had these sound effect words and split screens? No, it would be stupid. So why is it good in this movie? Another thing I don't like about this trailer is everyone is overacting in this trailer. It's really bad too. Chris Evans really sticks out in my mind, is acting like this real douche character. And this one other guy who he's acting like he thinks a supervillain should act. Scott Pilgrim, I challenge you to fight. That is really stupid dialogue, by the way. And he says it in a really stupid, over-the-top way. Why does he say this? Because this is how he thinks video game characters or comic book villains should act? No, this is stupid. In any movie, this is stupid. I know, this is a comedy and it's supposed to be funny, but the best comedies out there is the comedies in which the actors play it straight. For example, Shaun of the Dead and Hot Fuzz. Simon Pegg was completely straight. He never overacted in either one of these movies. This overacting is not funny. Which brings me to another point. This is supposed to be a comedy. there is nothing funny in this trailer whatsoever. Another thing I didn't like about this trailer is it's not very believable. For example, Michael Cera is the main character in this movie, and he's fighting all these evil exes, and I don't buy that Michael Cera can beat up an infant, let alone all these exes with all these superpowers. It doesn't make any sense. Another thing I don't like about this trailer is I don't like token characters. Now, the token character in this movie is Scott Pilgrim's best friend, Kieran Culkin, who is the gay character. Now, I've heard this phrase before, gays are the new blacks. And to some extent, this phrase is true, and especially in movies. That back in the past with movies or television shows or even comics, they would throw in a character just to show diversity, which back in the past would be the black character. Nowadays, it's the gay character. But what's bad about them is that they're forced in here, and that's how I see it with this movie. Now, like I said, this gay character is portrayed by Kieran Culkin, and is it just me, or does he look high all the time? I'm just saying. Now, a lot of people say that Michael Cera plays the same character over and over again, and I would have to agree with him. He does. I would say they're forgetting about Jason Schwartzman. I mean, when has he not played a hipster douche in a movie? Now, I did say that there's nothing funny in this trailer, which that's kind of a lie, because there's a couple things that did make me laugh. Mainly the look of these characters. For example, look at this guy. Look how stupid he looks with his emo hairstyle, and is he wearing eyeliner? Come on, now... This guy looks so stupid. Let's look at this girl, for example. What is that black stuff under her eyes? Why does she have that? Is she gonna play football later? Well, she is a lesbian, so she probably is. Now look at Chris Evans here. And doesn't he look like the biggest douche ever? If this Ramona Flowers, if she's bi-curious, if she's been with other women and men, that also makes me think that she's very loose. And it also makes me think, well, how many STDs does this girl have? Another thing I don't like is they try to make this movie so hip. For example, Scott Pilgrim's he has to be in a band. Ramona Flowers, again, with their hair has to be different colors. They have to have these gay characters in there. I heard some of the characters like skateboard and stuff. So it's like, oh, what's hip and new with the kids nowadays? Oh, let's throw that in the movie. It seems very forced and kind of just crammed in there. And also with Scott being in a band, there's a point in the trailer in which Ramona, she has no interest in Scott, but as soon as he mentions that he's in a band, she's like, oh, that's so great that you're in a band. It's like, oh my god, why didn't you say that sooner? Now, is this true, ladies, if there is any women who actually watch my videos? Is this true? As soon as you heard that some guy was in a band, would you immediately drop your panties for this kid? I mean, really? Is this the way real life works out? Another thing that I don't like about this trailer is that every character seems like a douche in this trailer. Now, that's one very important thing to me when I go see a movie. I want to root for the main character. Now, if the movie can't make me root for the main character, and I don't like the character at all, then I don't like the movie. Now, let me finish by saying I might be totally wrong. This is just my opinion according to the trailer and some of the other reviews I've seen, so I might actually see this movie and actually love it. If you happen to like the movie, like I said, I'm not bashing you. I'm mainly just bashing this trailer. It looks terrible. So, let me just say, perhaps some of you who actually like this movie can explain some of these things that I don't understand. I welcome any explanation that you might have. Tell me, what makes this good? Tell me why I'm wrong. I am not the only person out there who doesn't like this movie. I've heard just one other critic say that they didn't like this movie. Another thing is, I'm actually really surprised that this movie did as bad as it did, because it actually, as much as I hate the trailer, it actually looks a lot better than, say, Vampires Suck or Eat, Pray, Love, and I'm kind of disappointed that it didn't beat out at least those two movies. I just didn't want this movie to beat out Expendables, and it didn't, because I really enjoyed Expendables, and I think Expendables I probably would enjoy a lot more than this movie. I'm Tony Beers, and I'll see you next time.